Hey everyone, Earl here again at Project 365, and I am at day 6, and this is actually one of the days I wasn't sure if I'd be able to make it or not, because it's the weekend, and just finding time on the weekend with a young family is kind of tough to find time to shoot these things, but here I am. In today's blog post, I actually talked about the interesting picture that a lot of people have seen in the past here, and that's the picture of the kitten looking in the mirror and seeing itself as a lion. So, it, again, talks more about attitude and how you hold yourself and how you can hold yourself accountable for things. So, hence, here's the video. I'm trying to be that lion, even though I feel like I want to be the kitten. Um, anyway, I want to talk about three things today. A lesson from Blair, a lesson from Adam, two of my teachers and mentors who I look up to, and something kind of neat, mind-stretching, the $15 solution to the $1 million problem. So let's start with the Blairism I've got here. So one of the things I'm looking at is the terms authority and responsibility. And the reason I bring this thing up is just because a lot of people at work they're tasked with the responsibility to hit a certain goal or do a certain thing or accomplish X. And the funny thing is, though, although they've been tasked with the responsibility to do this, they haven't been given the authority to do it. I know that sounds kind of weird. So let's say your bonus structure, everything you've got, your pay rate, and everything is based around this responsibility. However, they've put restrictions on you, or they've put weird, I guess, barriers in your way, not even thinking about it, and they haven't given you the authority to enact upon it to accomplish a responsibility. So responsibility requires authority. Obviously, authority also requires responsibility. So it's a two-way street. You need both of these things to be able to accomplish the goal and get what you're trying to get at. So one without the other gets you nothing. That's something something I'm going to think about here. So authority, responsibility. If I'm gonna if I'm gonna chalk up to doing this project 365, earning 365K in 365 days, I've got to be responsible towards myself. So I've got to give myself the authority to also put this all together. Which brings me to Adamism. Adam, my kung fu teacher, taught me one simple concept, and it wasn't his idea, but he was the one who ingrained it into me more than anyone else. And it was the simple concept of forward pressure. Forward pressure in terms of kung fu always means basically moving forward, always advancing, always moving into the opponent. And even if you're not advancing, you're acting as if moving forward no matter what, whether it's actually the physical act of moving forward or just the mental space of moving forward, not giving your opponent the room or chance to make you retreat or make you give up. So with this forward pressure in mind, that's what I was doing, thinking about this, day 6 here. And now the last piece. Obviously, talking about creativity and whatnot, I was just in a conference call the other day. I was taking Frank Kern's list control course, and someone spoke about the difference between somebody who has ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it, and a normal person, and someone who has ADD. Actually, I think I do have ADD. Has fewer brain pulses or brain waves than a regular person. Let's say if a regular person had 60,000 thoughts on average, someone with ADD would get easily distracted and they'd only have maybe, let's say, 45, 50,000 thoughts on average per day. And it's not so much of a disability as just a different frame of mind. When talking about someone who has ADD or fewer thoughts per day, that's actually where creativity happens. So it's not such a good thing or a bad thing, really. It's just the ability to, or the lack thereof, of ability to focus, and that's what ADD gives you. So I'm trying to keep that focus moving. So although I'm making these content pieces, I'm also trying to actually obviously do the work in the background to make these things happen, and hence the $15 solution to the $1 million problem, which I'll discuss here. We talked about how obviously my goal for this run isn't just 365, and it isn't just a year either. I'm looking at creating a 2-year base of $1 million of passive income per year. Now, I talked about dividing it and chopping it down and making it into smaller bite-sized pieces. So we've got $1 million divided by 12. This is monthly income now, $83,333 per month. Now, average month has 30 days, so we're looking at 30 days at $2,700, 2777 per day is the idea. Now, it goes on to thinking, how do you eat an elephant? Everyone asks the question, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer is one bite at a time. So if we chop this down, I don't need to earn $2,700 in one fell swoop. What if I just found one thing that could earn me $277, and I did it 10 times in a day? Goal met, right? Now, what if I found something, I could cut it in half, and I needed $27 solution. I needed a way to make 27 bucks, and if I did that 100 times in a day, it's a smaller amount, so it's easier to do. It's just adding that zero onto it that makes a difference. If I did $27, per transaction, if I did it 100 times, I've reached my goal. Now, let's just round it to 30 so it's easier. 15 bucks. What can I do that earns me $15 per transaction? And the answer, in the affiliate marketing or internet marketing world, there's a couple of ways to get there. And my solution was article marketing done properly. So I'm actually going to be writing a course centered around article marketing that will show you how to get a $15 to $20 a month article. Once you've created this article, what I'm going to show you is just the math and the components on how to automate this. So you only have to put the sweat equity in the beginning, and eventually this thing starts growing and moving onto itself. So I'm going to break down how much it takes to get to where you want to get to using this strategy in the future. So that's what I'll be writing, and that's something I'll be creating over the weekend here, actually. So that's it for day 6 and what I've been working on. Obviously, I'll be working on that, and that's something that I'll be putting into a product and selling and helping people, help reach their goals, help get to where they want to get to, especially for those aspiring writers out there who can write and have got the talent to write, but don't know how to get paid or monetize that situation. Well, thanks for watching. This is Earl Flormata signing out.